We're live. Okay, I'm going to call to order the Evesham Municipal Utilities Authority meeting for May 6th, 2026. Please read the opening statement.
Both adequate electronic notice of this meeting pursuant to both the Open Public Meetings Act and Emergency Remote Meeting Protocol advised with local finance notice 2020-21 has been given by the office manager of the Evesham Municipal Utilities Authority on February 5th, 2026 in the following manner. 1. Emailing written notice to the Burlington County Times and Courier Post. 2. Posting written notice on the official Evesham EMUA website. 3. Filing written notice with the clerks of Evesham and Medford. Written notice was posted at the authority's business address located at 100 Sharp Road, Walton, New Jersey, 08053 on February 5th, 2026. This statement shall be entered into the minutes of the meeting.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Chris, please call the roll.
Mr. Lilline, not present. Mr. Gross,
Here.
Mr. Sweeney,
Here,
Mr. Schmidt, not present. Mr. Kipnis,
Here.
Mr. Tenba, not present. Mr. Waters.
Present. All right, meeting minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the April 7th, 2026 meeting?
So moved.
Second. Okay. Any questions, comments, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney.
I wasn't here, I have to abstain.
Okay. Mr. Kipnis.
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Public comment, seeing no one from the public, I'm going to close public comments. Financial resolution 2026-59, payment of bills. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Does anyone have any questions about the board list or about the bill list? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney.
Aye,
Mr. Kipnis.
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye, except I'm abstaining on purchase order 26-10758 for Florio and Perucci, as I have an indirect conflict of interest. Resolution 2026-60, refunds, credits, and cancellations. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Does anyone have any questions on this agenda?
Yeah, this is a biggie. The refunds are $16,100. On one of them,
Question for
Yeah.
Laura.
So apparently this account, they use a bill pay service and they handle, lots of accounts, not just ours, but others. And our bills somehow got intercepted by them, not through anything we did. So they paid them. The payments came in with the stub, we posted it, and then, I guess, was it AMS, Chris, that reached out to us? That's the name of the billing company. They reached out and said, oh, we shouldn't have paid that, that belongs to somebody else. So we had to reach out to the actual account holder, and they're going to be remitting the payment instead, but we have to reimburse the AMS billing company.
So we'll get the finances back, but we have to pay back in the error.
Right,
Yeah.
it was three bills, it's a commercial property, so the bills are pretty high every quarter, and. So
Oh, it's
three
commercial.
bills totaled
I see.
almost $17,000.
I thought, it's so sizable.
Yeah,
In an order of magnitude, I thought somebody has to say something and ask.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
no,
And-
I would question it.
And we've never had a payment issue with that commercial entity before.
No, they pay their bills on, the
Okay.
one that was supposed to be paying it, they pay their bills on time.
Okay.
It just was something strange happened with this AMS billing payment company.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of folks, both commercial and residential, that rely on a third party to pay their bills.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Resolution 2026-61, authorized advertisement for paving services, concrete and asphalt repairs. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Jim, do you have this one?
sure,
Okay.
So we're authorized that, you guys are gonna authorize to advertise for paving. The township was always the quarterback of this program. For whatever reason, they did not include us in the shared service program. So for our sake, we have to go out on our own for a paving and concrete services.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Jeff? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Resolution 2026-62, authorizing entry into an amended shared service agreement with the Township of Evesham to utilize the gasoline fueling station at Elmwood wastewater treatment plant. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
So this resolution is, the fuel service island is getting upgrades and the township owes a significant portion. And their first initial contract is coming to its end in the next 3 years. They just wanted us to increase that, the longevity of that contract. We didn't go out full 20, I think when we went 10 extra regular.
Yes, 10
So-
years with the option.
Yeah,
Second-
10 years with the
10
second 10-year option.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Jeff? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Resolution 2026-64, award of a 1-year contract extension in the excess of $53,000 to Interstate Waste Services of New Jersey Incorporated, formerly known as Seaside Waste Services, in the amount of $149,968 for sludge transportation services. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Jen?
Yes, this is a contract we have with now. What was this? Interstate Waste, to haul our sludge out from the Elmwood plant from the centrifuge processing.
Okay.
Is this for a year?
Yes,
And how often do they take it out?
we get normally 2 to 3 20-yard dumpsters a day.
Per day?
We are
Wow.
like one of the top generating sludge for the landfill.
Wow, that's 1,000 a year.
It's
That's-
it gets to be much, get added up quick.
Yeah, thanks.
Any other questions? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Motion to approve a proposal from Conica Minolta All Covered Incorporated in the amount of $91,483.85 for authority server upgrades. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All right.
I want this.
Chris. Chris.
This is a necessary server hardware and upgrade to the server hardware and the virtual environment. Both the hardware and the software associated is reaching end of life, so in order to maintain the security and integrity of the data and the software itself, we need to upgrade them.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Chris?
Yeah, well, it's not necessary for Chris, but we're not planning to sign their proposal as the binding contract, are we? Because I would think that some of the, I can't remember them off the top of my head. It says signing the proposal, and it looks like some of the terms that are in there may not be consistent with what we ordinarily put in our
Okay,
documents,
we'll
so.
review that again.
I mean, it did start MUA engaged, all covered, the language, they're under contract for other services
Mhm.
from us, right?
Yeah.
I just know back in the day, as a buyer, we would never accept any contractor's terms and conditions. So,
If you get a chance, could you take a look back at it and just send us an email? And then we'll make the necessary change, and if all covered reach to, send a straw poll to you folks, and that way you know what you're looking for.
sure,
We can.
or you, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. We did send it, to Sophia's office, but not so much to look at the terms, just to help us with the contract award, but they have it.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, we can do a more thorough review of it.
Yeah.
The main thing that we discussed looking at was whether it was really, Kelly and I discussed this was in line with the work that's already being done. But we can look more at the terms and get back to you, yeah.
Yeah.
So is this been sent to the table?
We tabling this or are we? Gonna wait on that month or we'll see?
I have a problem going with it as long as you give a look to
Or we
it.
can put the stipulation on that we're approving it based upon changes that
A
need to be
review,
made.
yeah.
Chris,
There is an issue, but
Legal review.
Yeah, the equipment.
I think it's.
Yeah,
pretty
there's
fair.
no question of
Prices
that,
change
it's
weekly,
just,
it seems like, and so it
I
could
think they'd be-
possibly go up if we wait another month.
Okay.
For
Is
the
everybody
equipment.
good, is everybody good with
Yeah, I
that?
think they're gonna be amenable to terms if we're talking about like
Yeah,
net
they're-
payment terms or something, this is probably their standard language. But we've been working with them, so we've never had a problem.
And we,
getting terms
we
out.
actually did that with their other proposal with, because they had arbitration language and stuff, and we got them to
Yeah.
take that
Mm.
out. So they're very,
okay.
willing to. do
Yeah,
that.
it's, but I'm not an attorney, but it was my background, my entire career was spent in contract management, so. I
Yeah.
negotiated terms and conditions for a lot of companies. And, we always try as the seller to get our terms and conditions in there,
Sure.
and it never worked. Especially on hundreds of millions of dollars.
Okay, who made the motion?
Fine.
Are you okay amending your motion that, based upon, we're pushing approval based upon legal review and any potential changes?
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, no,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, any other questions? Do not, please call the roll.
Mr. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Mr. Kipnis,
All right,
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Executive Director's Report, Jeff.
All right, thank you. Since our last meeting, we've had 2 main breaks. One was in water, the other was in wastewater. And they just happened within the last week. One was on Monday and one was last Thursday. I just want to go over the Route 70 water main break. We made the news, I believe, 3 days in a row. But we didn't get hammered on Facebook as far as I know, so not on, but generally everybody tells me.
One person I saw.
One comment, I guess I heard that someone questioned what was going on. But anyway, we had a severe water main break that started as a sewer system overflow. It was called in from the Prince of Peace Church. Once our crew arrived, they quickly discovered it wasn't a simple backup at the church. That was our 12-inch transmission line that runs along the highway to the treatment plant.
Oh, boy.
Typical action to take this is to use our sewer cleaning machine to clear the obstruction. Took them a little while, but they were able to get through and relieve the backup. So they thought the backup was handled, and they cleaned up the area, straightened things out, put some line down for what overflowed. Jim notified the state. Well, the next morning we come in to a phone call from Brunswick County Dispatch, it was overflowing again. So once again, we went out there and we started to try mitigation further downstream. We went pretty much through the whole entire day without much winning on our side. At that point, Jim and I had discussed it more on Jimmy to let's bypass it and see what we can come up with. So Jimmy and pretty much everybody at the EMUA was all hands on deck. We set up a big bypass system, went and got some extra pipe work. So we were bypassing, we were no longer overflowing. And then come Saturday, we were trying at it again to the point we said it's kind of out of the scope of our work. It was about 12 feet plus deep. The 12-inch main we had decided was compromised at that point. Wasn't a backup. In fact, it was a collapsed pipe. Our third party vendor replaced roughly 62 feet of pipe. It's asbestos concrete pipe. And we believe the hydrogen sulfide gas off from wastewater probably was just eaten away for decades until finally the weight above decided to compromise it. We look at this as like a twofold. It kind of stinks that it happened. It's gonna cost us a lot of money. But at the same time, once we peeled back the onion, so to speak, peeled back the road, you can probably park a Volkswagen in there. So we're very fortunate that we didn't have extremely hot days last week where the asphalt would have gotten warmed up and possibly buckled. That's an area of Route 70 at Locust where tractor trailers continually go across to Walmart area. So we were very fortunate. So that took us all the way up until Monday morning around 6 a.m. I got a phone call from the contractor, said we're all wrapped up. We'll have paving done today, which they did have paving done and laid back open by 3:45 p.m. Which leaves us to our next phase. Well, what can we do? What are our options? So we're gonna let things settle down a little bit, make sure that our flows are going pretty good. Have one of our crews come in the middle of the night and try to video inspect everything to see just how bad the integrity of the pipe is. If it is indeed as bad as it may appear to be, on the surface, we got two options: to maybe to pipe burst or to reline. Relining is the simpler, more cost effective. We did it on the other side of Route 70 from the old Aldo's Diner to the McDonald's. It's still the same type of invasive work, but it's probably a little less expensive. But that also relies on what is the integrity of the cavern from A to B. Is it compromised all over the place? And if you don't want hills, valleys, everything that's going to obstruct later on down the down the lane. So the other option would be to pipe burst, and what that is they just manually just pull the whole length of pipe and it goes through the existing pipe, rams itself through it all the way to the end. I'm not sure what the numbers are going to be on this, but we had police 24/7 for a few days, traffic control a few days, and certainly the contractors and all our personnel out there. I would expect it's going to be a pretty hefty lift financially for the authority. Well, I won't know that until all the numbers come in. But this is something that, I believe that Chris, asset team, Jimmy, we need to put a little focus on to make sure that transmission lane's integrity for the future. So we may have to push other projects that we've passed in our capital aside to focus on this. So that's Route 70 in a nutshell. Anybody have a question about that before I move on?
No, it's an interesting project.
Yeah, we had to remove a traffic light pole. Actually borrowed a significant piece of equipment from our brother's company to hold up the telephone pole. I just would like to thank all of our guys out there, all the guys from Steve Zuli's crew. And actually the DOT was very reasonable, they took care of us, so they were very lax and kind of helped us through everything. So it was a great effort by everybody to get that road back up and going.
Wow. And when did this happen?
It started out last Thursday night.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yes, because we did such a great job.
Yeah. Seamless.
No, I
Cover is dark.
I heard from a view from Evesham texted me. What's going on? I said, I don't know. I'll find out next week.
Yeah, good for you.
But then there's a athletic training facility in that complex over by Prince of Peace, and I met him over at the wellness fair on Saturday, and he wasn't complaining. He just asked what was going on.
Yeah, the irony is the church called it in, and the police got dispatch called it, and they said that there's a sewer main break overflowing at the church. Well, it's kind of like you get that phone call, you don't think it's our main until because it was coming out up by the building.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it was not the first time that they've overflowed, so to speak, throughout the year. So it was kind of like, okay, we're going to get out there, we'll take care of it, it'll be no big deal. And our guys spent 3 hours out there and they worked the main back and forth, and they did get some relief. So it lasted until the morning, probably until something else broke off the main and caused a bigger blockage. So what they did what they thought they did. So it worked for a little bit. But it's something that we need to focus as the authority as a whole is what to do next.
Wow,
Uh,
wow, that's big.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
All right, a regulatory update. Our CCR report is posted on our website, and we deliver to all the areas and dwellings required by the DEP. We also have a bunch up here at Sharp Road if anybody needs one, and if anyone would like to have a copy, I'll certainly, have our people deliver it by hand to whoever wants to give us a call. On another thing, regulatory, we've completed our PFAS testing, and we're non-detected, everybody well knows in our wells. But the state, for some reason, once we become non-detect, we can be put on a modified sampling schedule. Well, the state's saying no, continue with the schedule as is, and with that comes with, it's $300 per test times 8 tests. And that's quarterly, and we shouldn't be on that, according to the rules and regs, we shouldn't be on that. So we've been kind of bickering back and forth with the state. And the state simply says, stay on the monitoring program as is, because the state hasn't had time to review our sampling. So I feel because the state's backed up, we're going to be penalized with continued sampling. So Kate had requested a call or Zoom or Teams with the powers to be within the state that we can kind of get a message through. And on my stance is, if you haven't gotten to our first results, which are all non-detect, and we're going to continue going down this lane and sampling, what's to say you're ever going to get to the true results? Or are we just going to continue to pay fees that we shouldn't have to pay, that you have outlined in your regulations? But we'll see how that goes. Interesting that we basically we're at their mercy because they're not caught up. They hadn't reviewed any of our sampling yet.
Doesn't the regulation call for an extended period of time? If you come up clean for a length of time, then you don't have to do it for a longer period of time?
Correct.
So have we reached that yet?
Oh, we have that. We're there.
We're there?
As I have the email, and the woman from the state says that basically they didn't get their work done, so the burden is going to be us until they're caught up. And my stance is, well, if I continue to send in my samples, you're never going to be caught up. It's money.
It's
Right.
right.
It's $2,400 extra a year.
It's $10,000.
Yeah, right. Is it be paying the state or
Well,
that's
no.
out of our pocket? I mean,
Yeah,
for
out of our
like-
pocket, it's $2,400 a quarter.
Well, what-
Paid for that, right?
Let's chat after this, because I'm happy to get involved.
Okay. Okay, that's I'd like to thank the commissioners for attending this year's AEA Spring Conference. It was a little bit different than it normally was. But apart from the drive there, it was a pretty informative event. And a lot of legislative stuff coming up. Coming up in the next week, we have a handful of employees attending the NJWA for training. That's in Atlantic City. The last couple of weeks, we supported the Relay for Life, as well as the Mayor's Wellness Festival, with plenty of order for their attendees. And the last thing I have is that the township manager and I had spoke about some of our older vehicles that we're going to have Enterprise sell for us. And the township manager had the mechanics here take a look at them. They would like to purchase 3 of the 4 that we have going out. And we think it's a great deal. Enterprise wasn't really giving us a lot of value for the vehicles. So we're going to gain some more value by selling to the township with an agreement. Township manager Miller is going to have a resolution provided for the June meeting from them. We'll have one for you folks in the June meeting before theirs. So we're going to move forward with that. It's a better idea. And moving forward, I had promised Manager Miller that anything that we have coming up that's ours that we own, I'll reach out to him first. So that'll save the township a little bit of money in their budget. That's all I have.
Okay, any questions for Jeff? See none? All right, thank you, Jeff. Engineers report.
Yes, South Side Water Tank. We've been working with the Pinelands and the New Jersey Conservation Foundation to acquire a small piece of ground. Also worked with a tank manufacturer to see how much of that plot would need to be cleared. They'll need the whole 1.5 acres cleared to build the tank. That pushes us into a major application to the fine lands, which will include 2-year studies for endangered species on that piece of property. So I've been talking to Jeff about how we want to proceed. And our thoughts are that we will let the Conservation Foundation and the township work towards reserving that lot for the MUA. If it ever comes to an acceptable lot for a tower, MUA build a tower there. If not, certainly would not want to pay the township anything for that piece of property and just let it continue to be part of the Black Run Preserve. And our options after that, if we need to build the tower, if that's going forward, it may include trying to get a state house waiver for the Arrowhaven property, because that's really a perfect place for that tower. There's clear land there next to your basins that are already a utility on the property. It's just that was the only utility allowed under the old Green Acres memo of understanding or memo of agreement. So that would be a long road and not guaranteed, but you know, if we need the tower and we need it up that way, that's an alternative. But the first choice obviously is to get it on this little piece of property that we're going to have taken out of the conservation agreement.
So if your strategy was to get a state house waiver, it would just be to repurpose the property for a water tower?
Just to amend the old agreement to include a water tower as one of the utilities that are allowed on that property. So, yeah, it would not be easy. So we want to keep trying to get this small piece approved first.
So is that current agreement as a result of the site closing, or or
No.
during its operation so it could operate?
I'm trying to think when this was. I think it was in the 1990s that the township acquired what was King's Grant Phase 2 and the Arrowhaven site and created the Green Acres property, which is now the Black Run Preserve. It's not called a park, I forget exactly what they call it, but it's a well-used piece of land for passive recreation. There's a lot of hiking and bike trails and whatever else in there. Yeah. But we used to have spray irrigation fields back there, the authority did. And the authority had a basin in King's Grant Phase 2. And so the authority agreed to abandon the old basins and the spray irrigation system so that they could then build the current basins on the old Arrowhaven site. And that took a long time too. That took at least 5 years there.
That's because it's like that, right?
The Arrowhaven site, there was really no remediation required there. It's just that it was an abandoned airport, and it's the asbestos field owned by Owens Corning, which is right the next property south from Arrowhaven. That's where the remediation was, and that we've looked at that site, tried to get permission to build the tower on that site, but that has way too many restrictions because of there's buried asbestos throughout that site.
So this process started with our talks that we had a sort of an easier route to go. Because we took the acres, I think 1.2 acres.
1.5, yeah.
So 1.5 acres, we took it, condensed it down to us just using one small portion of it. If we were able to use that one small portion, we could have condensed the endangered species study down to a few months. And if everything was good, then it would be granted okay. But because the tower developer wants the whole entire property, is going to have to use the whole property, that major is a 2-year thing. Talking with Wayne today, and because of the giant, hurdles to try to get the state to change the Green Acres agreements, I feel it's best that if the pine lands and the conservative people will just essentially sell the whole thing to the township, knowing that, hey, the MUA is gonna continue with this study on that lot and plot. And if they're good, they're gonna eventually look to build a tower there. If not, it's still part of their purchase. Hopefully they'll say okay with that, and then they can take the 2 years or however long they see fit. If they say no, then we can look to plan B, but it's, both of them are crapshoots. We're not guaranteed anything.
And is the water?
And we don't wanna hold up the town.
Is the water tower planned for protected, for additional expansion or residential or commercial down there?
It's, well, one of the things that I see constantly is the folks that put their homes up for sale down there. In that area of town, I get a letter from the county board of health that because their wells aren't so deep that they have certain chemicals and stuff inside their water. At some point in the future, maybe not my future, or 10 years or so or better, at some point, someone's gonna say, you have water here, you have the main here, why aren't you connected into it? So for that's a little bit of reason, but also for fires. You're not relying on power to pump for pumps, we have water in the air.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there is a plume down that way, a little further south that's coming up north. And it's monitored, you know about that, right?
Yes, it's further south than your town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that does compromise their water supply, so this
especially
would,
Martin Lakes.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the old gas station or whatever?
no, there was a, what was it a brick manufacturer or an insulation or something like that, but there was a heat exchanger in some of the equipment. I think it's in back of where, back of where 84 lumber used to be.
There used to be a foundry there, it used to be Bridge State.
Yeah, and they would change the heat exchange fluid. And evidently they would just dump it and put new in, because that plume started, moving since I don't know, maybe the 50s, 60s, 70s. And when I was on the environmental commission, I think it was Dow came in. Corning came in. Yeah, Owens Corning, I'm sorry, yeah. They came in and gave us a status of the monitoring of all the sites and how the plume is moving. And all 4 townships are affected, Atco, Berlin, Evesham, and just one other, Waterford. So it's.
Woodford and Echo are the same.
I don't know, but the issue here is you'll be able to serve those people if they want to add.
We do have some people that reach out and we connect. We've had a couple in the last few years.
Yeah.
Connecting an individual home here and there isn't going to signal the need for the tower, but if, for instance, the township asked the MUA to seriously consider serving all of Malton Lakes, then you're going to need the tower.
Good tower for fire, large residential, and also for environmental
Pressure
issues.
down.
So what's this really gonna take? It's gonna take somewhere between 2 to 5 years to get approvals
Yes,
and whatever else comes up.
I think
We've been
so.
talking about this, I've been on this for 7 years.
I know. And it lay dormant for a while because we thought Samos would be cooperating with giving us property, but when they found, when they realized they're never gonna be able to build their hundreds of homes off Kettle Run Road, and they entered into this conservation agreement, that changed everything.
Right.
Okay.
Sounds like it's a good.
How high is the tower?
Uh,
How high is the tower?
140 feet, I believe.
'Cause I live down that end.
We'll make it look nice. If we ever get to build it.
You're on our system, Rich.
They put solar down there a few years back, I believe, right?
Yeah.
On that site, Arrow,
Yes.
site.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Route 70 water main, JVS contractors say they're coming back next week to finish the restorations out there, so I would like to get that done. I'll try to keep them on that. The UV disinfection at Elmwood, everything's installed, but there's some loose wires in the control panel. The control panel manufacturers is coming down on Monday, and they'll make that correction. I I believe you're still adding chlorine, right?
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, so, we're still not fully disinfecting with UV. And we can't until we know that, it's 100% reliable.
Okay.
Sinelli Farm Lift Station is going well. The contractor's making good progress out there. And we took bids for the generator at the Elmwood plant.
Resolution 2026-66. Award of contract in excess of $53,000 to Ranco Construction Incorporated in the amount of $1,336,580.50 for Elmwood wastewater treatment plant generator replacement. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second, wow.
We had 3 bidders for this. They won handily, Ranco, and they are just slightly above our engineer's estimate. They have performed work for the authority in the past, long time ago for a well 4 generator, but they're a decent contractor.
You answered my question.
Anyone have any questions? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Mr. Kipnis.
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye.
Kings Grant Drive water main replacement, the contractor has been out, asking for markouts of the other utilities. That's been done, and they're gearing up to, mobilize in about a month, maybe a little less. Well 5 redevelopment, that is finished. Well 8 replacement, that's going well. We have a little change order here.
Okay, resolution 2026-63, approval of change order number 1 in the amount of $21,900 to Unitech Drilling Incorporated for the well number 8 replacement. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay, so our well design was based on the old well log for the original well 8, which indicated loose sands down at the 480-foot level. What the contractor found, just moving 50 feet away, it's hard pan and cemented sands. Our method that we specified includes a reverse rotary. So they go down and they rotate one way with the well drill, and they drill the main hole. When they get to the area where the screen's going to be, they were supposed to use a different type of drill we call a reverse rotary, so that they could under ream. So if they're going down with a 20-inch opening, as we specified, when they get to the screen area, we wanted them to enlarge it to a 36-inch opening with this reverse rotary tool. With the hard pan, you can't use that. It would destroy the drill and you'd lose it down there. They can't do it. The other technique is to go in with the forward rotary drill, a little bit bigger, and place gravel in the area where the screen is going to go eventually. So then when they set the outer casing, you have to put grout in between the outer casing and the borehole. That grout would seep down into the screen area if you didn't have this gravel down at the bottom in the screen area. So they have, I think, 21 tons of gravel going in the hole, and then they'll use a reverse rotary tool to take that gravel out after the annular space is grouted between the outer casing and the borehole. So that's the extra work that's being included in this change order.
Well, why did you specify that you needed a wider hole at the bottom?
It helps with your well's longevity. When you have that wider hole, you fill that with gravel around the well screen.
Okay.
And you do that, yeah, see, I kind of missed a step. You do that through the annular space between the outer casing and the borehole usually. So you would keep that open until such time as you're ready to put the screen in, and then you have that gravel packed around the screen, and that keeps the fines from coming in towards the screen and keeps you it keeps your well in
Almost like
production lane.
It's like a
Yeah.
pre-screen, yeah, so
Yeah,
if you need to redevelop in the future, you swab it and that basically pushes through that gravel. You're not just relying on your screen as your intake. So your screen's kind of like your secondary intake.
I think I saw Bruce Willis do this on Armageddon.
I don't like to use that word on authority projects.
Sorry, that's too easy.
All right, any other questions? Please call the roll.
Mr. Dross,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye.
Pine Grove Pump Station, we got caught up by DEP. They made us go to the Pinelands, even though we're a block in the Pinelands protection area, not the preservation area. And we have to get a certificate of filing from the Pinelands before they'll approve the treatment works approval application. We have made application to the Pinelands now, and hopefully they'll give us that certificate in time to get our treatment works approval. The clock is running until June 3rd for that review process. So hopefully by next meeting, I'll say we have our treatment works approval.
Okay.
And Cambridge Park Water Main, I think survey is going to be performed this month on that project.
All right. Motion to approve S3W3 for flagship car wash, 235 North Maple Avenue. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Is that the old Rite Aid building in the Eastboro Triangle? They're gonna take that building down, put up a car wash.
Oh.
Yeah, it's behind the Wawa on Green Tree Road.
Trainers.
Yeah,
By Trainers?
Trainhouse, yeah, by Trainhouse. Yeah.
Wow.
Gonna have a lot of competition for car washes in town. Howard Hill Furniture is gonna be a car wash too.
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's really odd that those two buildings couldn't be repurposed, but.
I don't know.
Someone must think that you can handle it, so.
He's got a business plan, he thinks he can do it, or she, as the case may be.
They're good connection fees.
One way to complain.
So do they pre-treat the water before they send it back? Are they permitted for a certain profile of water?
They have minor pre-treatment. They have sedimentation and grease traps, but that's about it.
That's it? Do they-
I've learned in other towns, you do have to watch these car washes because there are certain times they discharge some cleaning products or whatever into your system, and it has, I've experienced where a plant's been upset by discharge from a car wash.
So it's, oh, never mind.
Yeah, you can
Few
make
years back.
names, yeah.
No,
That's true.
There was
Kevin reached out to me a lot of that.
That's right, yeah.
interesting back and forth on social media on this. Yeah. You know, why do we need so many car washes? Was one of them,
yeah.
and just take out your hose, it's the summer, and wash your car.
So you're not concerned at all about the kind of water that comes back out of it, or are they reusing the water before they send it to us?
It's billable of iron.
Well,
It's billable, okay.
yeah.
It's kind of hard for us to make a comment. We've already got, what, 3 or 4 car washes?
Yeah, right.
As it is, so.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions? Please call the roll.
Mr. Dross,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Mr. Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Motion to approve S3W3 for Marlton Crossing LLC, 108 East Center Boulevard. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
This is behind the Marlton Crossings Shopping Center. They're going to be demolishing those professional buildings, medical professional buildings, and building, I think, a 4-story apartment building with 325 apartments
And garage.
and a garage.
Yeah, some of which are affordable housing.
That's right, yeah. And a car wash.
Plenty of hoses. Anybody have any questions?
No.
Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Dross,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Mr. Kipnis,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Any final questions for Wayne? Seeing none, general counsel's report, Sophia?
Yes, so there is a resolution. This is related to the water treatment plant storage building project. One of the contractors is NACOM. There was an employee of NACOM who filed a municipal mechanics lien related to the project. So since that was in February 25, we've been working with NACOM on how to get that resolved. So as part of the resolution of that lien, we asked that NACOM secure a bond so that the authority would have assurance that it was gonna get taken care of. Since we've been working with NACOM, they've been able to get the resolved. They have a court order which is attached to the resolution, which discharges the municipal mechanics lien. And then exhibit B to that is confirmation from the county clerk that it's been resolved. So at this point, NACOM was just asking for the bond to be released since there's no more lien, it's been discharged.
Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I do. What was the problem? Why did they have a mechanics lien?
I think it was related to the employee.
So I can take this.
Oh,
So,
This problem.
so Rich, there was an employee who made a labor complaint against them. That was unfounded.
What was the complaint?
Um,
What was the complaint?
I believe if it was some pay discrepancies, tool purchases, a whole laundry list of things. But
And can I tell you, that's what happens with contractors like this. They cheat, they misclassify the workers, and that's what happens. And that's got to stop. And they did something today to the new guy, the commissioner of labor, to stop things like this, to protect the workers. I see it every day. I see it every day. They were low bid, and that's what they do. They cheat. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks.
All right, anyone else have any other questions? Please call the roll.
So we actually did present the resolution,
Oh,
which is fine, you just, and if you could just
Okay.
read it and then just get somebody.
oh, I'm sorry, that's my fault. Resolution 2026-67, releasing bond in relation to municipal mechanics lien against NACOM Companies Incorporated for Elmwood wastewater treatment plant storage building project. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any questions? No? Please call the roll.
Mr. Dress.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney.
I'm voting no.
Okay.
Mr. Kipnis.
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. All right, public comments, seeing no one from the public. That board comments, Byron.
Yes, great job with ours and Zillie's crew. I was I know you guys are 24/7 with breaks, but that seems to be a monumental project. To bypass the whole thing and you got a new pipe in the ground, a 62-foot pipe. That's that's great. I'm going to the NJWEA next week. Who else is going?
I'll be there Monday.
Monday?
Bobby, Beeth will be there, and a couple of the field guys in the sewer will be, Dean and, Nick Scioli.
Okay.
They'll be there, and then Mike Z, the lad will be there on Wednesday. I think Bobby will also be there Wednesday, Bobby Beeth.
All right, I'll text you, man. I'll meet up with you.
Okay.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, Rich.
Yeah, I want to say also it was a great job on the break. Everyone there, you all do a great job. And keep up the good work.
thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
Lou.
Have you rescheduled the presentation of the township yet?
It is, it'll be the June 10th at their next meeting.
Okay.
June 10th.
Right. Yeah, I heard from, like I said, a couple of people about that break and it couldn't have been easy going back and forth with it and we'll rely on you to make the necessary in-house judgment. If you've got to reorient capital, so be it. That's good stewardship of our money, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Good job, keep it up.
Right, I also want to thank all of our employees for the great job on working on the main break. Also, Jeff, great job coordinating with mayor and council, with the police department, with public works. I think we got everybody on top of this and got it done a lot quicker, all working together. So appreciate everybody's effort, and again, thank you to all of our staff and all of our folks, our management, our professionals, Chris, for helping me out. Our next meeting is going to be on Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026, right here at 100 Sharp Road at 7 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So.
Motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Rich, sometime I want to understand more about what you were talking about. That sounds really interesting. Is it, you gone?